Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal 2, Everton nil. And with that being said, I do have a couple of additional thoughts I might not have explained or said in my last two vids. So yeah, in relation to this game, obviously, my first one being, and probably the most important in my head, is the playing out from the back. It's nice to see, like game by game, I'm seeing what we're trying to do. Is being, you can see the improvements, you're seeing the steps, and it's easy to get behind whether you agree with it or not. A manager and a team trying to come together and find a balance and have a way of implementing how they want to play or move going forward. But for me, I'll be lying if I told you guys I don't have a problem with it. My problem being is that, why is it with Arsenal, with a lot of our play, even under Wenger, our play, how do I make this make sense? I get that it needs to be patient. You can't force things. You can't play things at 110 miles per hour. But why is it always with Arsenal, these connotations are met by slow football and we exaggerate the word patient? For me especially, look directly at Everton. They have as much defensive problems as we do. Arguably, there's probably even more pressure on them at this moment in time with their fan base and their people, then forgive me if I'm wrong, than there is with Arsenal. That new centre half pairing, I said it in the last two vids, Zuma and Keane, decent centre halves. The first time playing together in an away game with all the other connotations I've said. So why are we not, especially when they're having efforts, why are we not counter attacking at pace, doing things in less touches? It starts with Czech. Czech at times was playing it quickly, but at times you need to find that option. The centre halves, when they get into possession, midfielders need to be able to pick it up. I didn't see midfielders showing in decent positions. In fact, throughout the whole side, today, and especially in the first half, for the man in possession, there weren't really too many inspiring balls for him to play, and at times the men in possession did bottle it. So why don't we play it quickly, over the top, make them nervous, make Zuma have to make last-ditch challenges or keen last-ditch headers, pull them out of position, unable to follow runners. I'm not saying you can do this all the time, but quickly. We're never going to be able to play like Manchester City. Clearly, I'm not saying we need to play like Man City. The players and personnel they have is on a different planet to us, but the principles can be the same in doing things quicker, because not only that, we invite pressure onto ourselves, because it will happen playing out from the back. You will have to give it to someone where it's not the best of angles and it's kind of a hospital pass and it could kind of come back to haunt us. Give that person the best opportunity. By simple logic in football, when you pass someone a football, you're telling them what you want them to do next. So you need to give them a good pass. Then there's another conversation to have about a good touch, which playing out from the back, sometimes some of these players are awkward playing out from the back and they're controlling the ball with awkward parts of their foot and killing them already. I need to see our playing out from the back increase in pace a bit, do things in less touches, do things at pace, because especially with the midfielders, we receive the ball, we take 10 minutes to decide what we want to do. The opposition is then able to set up in a great way defensively. Especially on top of defensively, we're playing people on side still. We're still playing. We're not looking over our shoulders. We're still playing people on side. Richarlison in the first minute or so let us know what time it is, what type of game Everton want to play and implement, and that was to play the offside trap, beat our offside trap, try and capitalise with their pace, with our high line. If we're going to play a high line, we can't be naive. One of our centre halves probably has to be a bit pessimistic and actually to say, do you know what? Let's drop off a few yards. These players are fast. Socrates is faster than I thought, but just to use him as an example, let's drop off a few yards. Let's concede that we can't put our hands up and play the offside flag, like probably Aubameyang was for our second, but let's drop off. A couple of these things. Probably want to see us wake up 45 minutes. It shouldn't take 45 minutes essentially, or even more than that, because Everton started off the second half better than us. It shouldn't take us this long to wake up. It's a fantastic performance in that second half, and because we won and we didn't draw, we're not going to ask these questions and the mood is uplifted. But because I want the best for our club, I have to say these things. And also have to say Mustafi's actually a hazard. Like, I don't think he's necessarily playing appalling, like the strong, like, you know how fans of all clubs over the top. Do I think his form's been a bit so? Yes. On a large part, I think it's actually been alright. But for me, I need to have confidence in definitely my keeper and my centre half. Mustafi had an okay game. He made some important blocks, but by the same token of that, still sliding in when you don't need to slide. Awkward touches. A couple times, some good passes, especially long range. At times, inviting pressure. Similar to Xhaka, you're a centre half. You're not smelling danger. Like you do being naive. Our approach to defending is still naive, but you get the point, people. So in short, my main thing would probably just be ball playing a bit quicker. Probably want Torreira to calm down a bit as well in the tackles. He's firm, I love it, but at times I'd say it's a bit overzealous and a bit over the top, and he will pick up some yellow cards. But it's nice to see, man, that aggression and all of them sort of things there, and you want to see everybody match it. I will actually praise our set pieces, because a new week. Every week I'm seeing a new sort of set piece implemented, and I'm a big fan of being unpredictable. The set piece I'm directly referring to, I think, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think Mesut Ozil played it in. It was a lovely whip ball behind everyone, completely planned on the training ground, not whipped in for the centre halves to try and head it. Behind everyone, Aaron Ramsey caught it with his left foot. Probably needed a bit more power, a bit more angle on it to go in, or probably needed it to deflect off someone. But stuff like that, I like to see. Like, what was it, last week as well? We played a short one, I think Lacazette dummies it, or someone dummied it, and the person behind it hit it. I like to see these sort of things. I'm not saying it didn't happen under Wenger, because I believe it did, but it weren't as evident. So yeah, fingers also crossed for Socrates. Hopefully he's not got anything serious. But yeah, I've got nothing more to add, man. So yeah, get out your hair, guys. DG, I'm out.